Good morning, Spiders. It's Mr. Kim, your CT coordinator here at Concord High School with your final Naviance activity for the school year. We've completed several activities in Naviance this year that will help guide you in your college and or career readiness. We started the year doing the learning styles inventory, which identifies how each of you learned the best. And then we did the cluster finder later on in the fall, which helped identify the types of career pathways and the classes that best match your career goals. And then we did the Strengths Explorer, which identified each of your unique strengths and abilities. Now today, you'll be introduced to what I think is one of the most important activities provided by Naviance, and one that will hopefully help guide your planning in the years that you have remaining in high school, and that is the SuperMatch College Search. I'm sure that some of you have started to think about life beyond Concord High School and what you want to do when you graduate. Some of you may even have identified a few schools that you'd be interested in attending for college or university, but the SuperMatch by Naviance is a unique tool that fits what you're looking for in a college or university to an actual specific school in the United States. The most important piece of advice I can give to all high school students interested in post-secondary education is to identify what is most important for you as an individual and your career goals, and then find a school that fits that criteria. The best part about choosing a college is that there's always going to be a school out there that fits all or most of what you're looking for in a college or university. And so hopefully that's what you get out of this SuperMatch College Search. Now, just as a reminder of how to get into Naviance, from the Concord High School homepage, if you are logged in to a computer that is not a school computer at home, then you're going to click on the Useful Links button and then click on Naviance up here. And that's going to bring you to a page that asks you to either sign in with your Naviance ID or to sign in with Clever. And go ahead and sign in with Clever, and that's going to make sure that you get into the proper account. Now, if you're using a school account or a school computer already, then once you click on that Naviance button, it should take you straight to your Naviance homepage. So from your Naviance homepage at the very top under colleges, you're going to click on colleges, and then right here, the SuperMatch College Search. And so just to kind of give you an overview of this interface and what it entails, there are two sections. There's your must-haves and then your nice-to-have. And so we have all of these choose fit criteria up here. And the more that you add to your criteria list, the narrower your search is going to be. And so as we start to choose the criteria, and I'm going to walk you through some of these, the must-haves are things that you have to have in any college or university that you're going to go to. And then the nice-to-have is just something that's going to help narrow your search, but the choices don't necessarily have to have that certain criteria. So let's just pick a couple of criteria just to see what this looks like. I'm going to go ahead and choose location first, and then I'm going to search by state or region, and I'm going to be interested in going to a school in North Carolina. So once I choose that, I'm going to close out this tab, and what I see is that the location of North Carolina is in my must-haves. Now, if maybe I say to myself, it'd be nice to be in North Carolina, but I don't necessarily have to be in North Carolina, then you'll just choose this right arrow button, and that's going to move it over to the nice to have section. Click on academics, that's your next criteria, and let's say that I'm looking to go to a four-year university where I'm going to be able to obtain a bachelor's degree. So I'm going to choose bachelor's, and you can even narrow it down as far as majors. So let's say that I want to be in a pre-med. And so if I add pre-medicine as one of my majors and I X out of there, then you see that now my major of pre-med is going to be in my must-haves. Admission criteria are going to ask you actually specific things for you as a student. So your GPA, let's say that your GPA is a 3.0. My SAT, let's say it's a 1100. And you don't have to fill in all of these areas, but the more that you do fill in, obviously the more narrower your search is going to be. Acceptance rate, I want to be pretty selective in my college or university, so I'm going to accept an acceptance rate of 26 to 50% of all applicants getting accepted. And then for you IB students, or maybe you're a student that takes a lot of AP classes and you want those to count, let's say that I've taken 5 or 6 AP courses and I want all of those to count, and I want a university that's going to accept those AP credits, I can also click those as well. Let's go over to student life and organizations or clubs. You can see a whole bunch of lists of those. So let's say that I am interested in concert band, and I want to do that while I'm in college or university. I'm going to add that. Maybe I want to be in a fraternity or sorority, or ROTC, or internships and co-ops, or offers study abroad. All of those are different options. Diversity is a big one for a lot of people. Some people want to attend maybe an HBCU, a historically black college or university, or I want to go to an all-women's college or an all-men's college. The percent of male versus female. So I want at least 50% to be female. International students, maybe you're you want a university that has a high population of international students, or tribal colleges, universities, LGBTQ. All of these are options that you can input into SuperMatch College Search. Let's go to institution characteristics. This is 2-year or less, 4-year colleges, public, private, showing only nonprofit, student success rate of high graduation rates, high retention rates, high job placements. Maybe I want my average class size to be less than 30. Okay. Maybe I want my school to be a smaller size school, maybe 2,000 to 4,000 students, and I want them to offer on-campus housing as well. Maybe cost might be a big factor for you. So I want my college to be less than $20,000 a year. And then athletics is also a choice that you can put on your must-haves as well. So I have a lot of criteria selected in our must-haves. Maybe some of these might not be must-haves, but it'd be nice to have. So I'm going to move some of these over to the nice-to-have category. And what you'll see at the bottom now is that we have a lot of different colleges that pop up. And so if you remember, I selected a college or university that was located in North Carolina, but I moved that over to the nice to have. If I move that over to the must have category, back over to the must have category, then what you should see is that this fit score will be closest to 100% depending on the things that you have chosen for your criteria. So obviously Mississippi College is not located in North Carolina, so it's not going to be 100%. And you can actually click on why, and it will show you why your score is only 86% based on your criteria. So right here, you can see that Mississippi College, the location is a big question mark. So that's a criteria that has not been matched. If I scroll down and find, let's say, a university that is in North Carolina, if I can, Gardner-Webb University. Okay, so if I click on the Y button here, you can see that the location, some of these might not populate accurately, but you can see that based on all these other criteria, these check marks mean that they match my criteria. And so based upon those, you will be able to identify a few colleges or universities that you may want to look into a little bit further. If I go back up and I remove some of these, and I take them completely out, what you'll find is that you will find a better fit, or more likely to have a higher percentage of a fit score. So Carolina University in Winston-Salem matches all of these criteria. Okay, so I want you guys to be able to get comfortable with the SuperMatch and be able to start working in your SuperMatch. This will always save under your account in Naviance, so you can always go back and revisit it and make some tweaks and changes here and there as you go along your remaining years at Concord High School. But I think that this is a really great tool to start thinking about higher education and start to think about where you might want to attend college or university. But once again, my name is Mr. Kim. I'm the CTE coordinator here at Concord High School. My room number is 213A. If you want, you can always set up an appointment with me, or feel free to reach out to some of our counselors, as they have a lot of information that'd be beneficial for you guys. But that's the SuperMatch, and I hope you guys enjoy working in Naviance.